Hi and welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about 7 social media networks and give you an understanding of writers for which genre, which network is going to be best suited for the genre you're writing in. Was that clear as mud? Okay, so we're going to start with Facebook. And I know, I know several of my author friends call this the Facebook and say, I'm not going to be on the Facebook. And I will caution you and say, oh my gosh, I know I felt the exact same way about the Facebook. But in reality, once I got involved with this, I have just fallen in love and found friends that I never imagined I might meet and made connections around the world. So this has been wonderful. I want to alert you, if you're not going to be part of the Facebook, you're missing out on an audience of more than 1.4 billion users worldwide. This is not just here in my little corner of the world, but rather people around the world, all countries, nationalities on Facebook. This is not just the total number of people who have created accounts, but these are the latest statistics. 1.44 billion monthly active users on Facebook. That means they have signed in and done something in their account in the last 30 days. All right, what people share on Facebook are short posts or even long posts, pictures, videos, cartoons, calendar events. Now, what you're seeing right now is my personal Facebook page, which I'm going to suggest if you don't have one already, this is where you should start, because that's where Facebook will make it the easiest for you to find and connect with people who you already know. But after you get that up and running, when you're ready to publish things, I'm going to suggest you are then ready to create an author page as well. This will be a fan page. And the difference is that on a fan page, people like your page. Now, you won't see the like button here because I'm viewing my own page and I shouldn't like myself. But if you go to see an author page, you'll see a like button up here. And that means that when you like someone's page, you'll begin to see the updates that they post in your newsfeed. Okay? Now, here's an example of me as an amateur. I like to post things that inspire other writers or that really speak to my readers or blog posts that I've written. So here's one where I thanked my mom for teaching me how to type because that saves me hours of my life every week. And you'll see how people become engaged. The little thumbs up arrow here indicates someone clicked like when they saw my post. Or if you see that there are comments underneath the post, you'll, let's see, find one here that has some comments. I haven't been asking people to chime in lately. Oh, but this one has 12 shares. Ooh, let's look at that one. Where'd it go? You see here where I see 12 shares? This means 12 people who saw it not only liked it, but liked it so much they wanted to share that with their network. So here it says planning to write is not writing, outlining, researching, talking to people about what you're doing. None of that's writing. Writing is writing. Now this really spoke to my audience, and I can tell that by the engagement, the number of people that are connecting with that post. What do you think? This is me as an amateur author creating my Facebook page. Let's look at some pages of prominent writers in our field. Let's start with David Rosenfeld, who's going to be joining us at our book event. David Rosenfeld, the author. Let's look here. We're going to search for him in the bar and then go to his page. He's sharing some images from the the huge dog family that they have at their new home in the northeast of the United States. And if that doesn't connect with dog owners, I don't know what will. But look, more than 730 people have engaged with this photo by clicking the like button. 34 shares. 34 times people have chosen to pass that silly dog photo onto their network and extend the reach of David Rosenfeld's writing career and his author outreach. Make sense? All right. Oh, I love his snarky humor too. Let's see what he says here. Today's science and literature SAT prep quiz. What sound does an echo make? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Nice. What's the best book of 2015? Who Let the Dog Out by David Rosenfeld. Lessons from Tara by David Rosenfeld. Both of the above. Do you see why I like this guy? He may resemble my humor. Anyway, this is the kind of fun things that he chooses to share on Facebook to engage his network. Another author you might know is Nora Roberts. Let's look. Oh, she has more than 500,000 fans on her page. She has her profile picture here features, I believe it's hawks that they keep, her and her husband. And you'll see, will be long, so read all. Looks like she's doing some lists from yesterday about books that are currently releasing in different areas of the globe. She's sharing previews of new book covers on her Facebook fan page, and she's getting lots of people. Look, almost 1,000 people have shared that image of the book cover. She's blogging about her book cover release. She's talking about her Derby weekend. We did have the Kentucky Derby here this past weekend where I live, and some things that she likes. So she's connecting with her fans on both a personal and a professional level. And then in the nonfiction field, let's look at Louise Hay. She's been in the news lately with almost 2 million fans. Can you believe this? 1.8 million people following Louise Hay's page. She is sharing beautiful inspirational quotes, a thought a day. Can you imagine that? How soon could you write a thought a day? How soon at that rate could you have some amazing publications ready to go, sharing your message with the world? She's got summits going on. She's talking about the power of laughter, and she's sharing videos from people whom she respects. These are some of the things you can do to start reaching and building your platform with Facebook, and recognize that when the day comes, when you're ready to release your book, that you'll be able to share photos of that. And I'm just going to scroll down here quick to the spot where I released my first children's picture book. And I'll pause and take you to that spot and be right back. Okay, here are a couple of examples I just want to share. If you're the kind of person that hates the idea of selling, here are some ways that you can shamelessly promote your book launch. I put up a save the date image. You're invited to story time in the park, included the date and the location there. Followed up with a couple of non-salesy pieces, just inspirational quotes. Then here, promoting other authors that I work with always makes the pill go down. Reminding people as the date got closer to come to the event if they wanted. And then posting beautiful pictures from that book launch day. People who came out, the illustrator who showed up, other author friends, some librarian friends. And it's a nice way that you can reach out with your marketing. And then a folded book that we gave away and announcing the winner of that book drawing. I've also done nice posts where I show myself, my husband took a picture of me autographing the first book that sold. These are lovely ways you can reach out to your audience and make a connection so they see and understand your journey as an author as well. Because chances are good, those connection moments, when you're most real and most vulnerable, are what will make people fall in love with you as an author and with your writing as an extension. Make sense? So that's a little bit about Facebook. Twitter's a platform that has 236 million tweeters online, and these are people who are sharing quotes of 140 or less characters. Remember, not words, 140 characters. I'm just going to scroll down through some of the things that people type here so you can see. Some are branded, some are images, some are connecting to their blog. So when you see these blue links, these are things that you could click through to. This one happens to be a YouTube video. Make sense? And you can search Twitter. We're at twitter.com, by the way. You can search for your favorite authors by typing them in the box. Let's see. Here's Nora Roberts at home. There's also a Books by Nora Roberts or a Nora Roberts fan Twitter feed. So you can choose the most relevant if you would like to find out what your industry leaders are already doing. All right, so it looks like here she's showing herself at home and some real Nora Roberts kinds of things. Make sense? The primary readership for Twitter outreach is that young adult category. Now, here's why I say that. Remember back when MySpace was all the rage for social networking? Everybody who was young and hip on MySpace fled to Facebook. And then when parents, when moms, when grandmas and grandpas discovered Facebook and found out they could connect with their high school sweethearts and with people who they fell out of touch with for decades, the kids did not want to be there anymore. They don't want mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, and Uncle Sue necessarily to be following their Facebook feeds. So they have fled to Twitter. So the primary demographic here on Twitter is skewed to younger audiences, though there's no minimum age requirement. And I would say the most dominant crowd right now is age 25 to 50. And it also extends to local networks and especially newspapers and journalists who use Twitter to reach their audience very quickly when they're out in the field shooting photos of the action right at hand. All right. Twitter for your YA audiences. All right, here's LinkedIn. This is primarily focused on the professional network building, so career-oriented. That automatically says to me, this is the place to focus your energy if you are a nonfiction writer looking to reach out to other business and professionals. LinkedIn currently has more than 364 million active members. You can build your own professional network here by importing your email contacts, and that will help you find people to connect with much more quickly. And you'll also find out who knows who in your industry so that you can make connections with people who are already leaders in your industry through people you may know or may reach out to know shortly. The best outreach, as I said, this is going to be for nonfiction writers to help you build authority and credibility in the field of your writing. Let's browse over to Pinterest. Pinterest has 70 million users right now, and it is driven by images. In this platform, people post pictures, quotes, what's going on, links to their blog as well, but it's all image-based. So when you see text, note that it's one big image all by itself and pinned across the screen, so it looks like a gigantic bulletin board. Pinterest has 70 million users, and I'm going to say that for authors, the best use of this platform to help leverage book sales has been for people in the crafts industry, people who are writing how-to books, and people who are writing fiction with a female slant to it. Let me look up one of my writer friends, Pamela H. Bender. She does amazing things with her Pinterest boards. She'll create a board for each of her books. My favorite book was Until There Was Us. Let's see what sort of pin she has here. Oh, she's reaching out to the characters in her book from the flapper generation, the 1920s and the 30s, and she's grabbing beautiful images of the clothing that they wore then, connecting these to her page, to her brand, to her book. Make sense? And able then to reach out to her followers to leverage book sales. All right. Next on our platform, Whirlwind Tour, is Instagram. I confess that I do not personally have a big Instagram interest or page yet. I have followed a couple of people who are my friends or I'm related to, but these are the sorts of beautiful images they're sharing. And I can say you can also share an image that has text embedded in it. But again, like Pinterest, the best place that this is working for book sales is in the craft industries, how-to books, and for fiction geared toward female readers. Next on our Whirlwind Tour is Google+. This is, I think it was Google's attempt to replace Facebook. It never took off to that level, but I will tell you, it does have more than 500 million users. Latest I heard was 540 million users. However, just because they're users, that number, I'm told they're not necessarily active users. You'll find a lot fewer baby and cat pictures here on Google Plus, though, because one of the industry reveals is that the primary demographic reach of Google Plus is to people employed currently in the information technology industry, so computers, people who are self-employed, people who are decision makers, and people who are industry leaders. Those are the folks who are most active and dominant on Google+. So if you're writing nonfiction or biographies of movers and shakers, or if you're interested in becoming an industry professional, a leader, or a mover or shaker in your industry, Google Plus may be just the place for you. And finally, I want to feature YouTube. You're probably already familiar that you can come here and in the search bar type on any topic and see instructional videos how to do this. But you can also create your own YouTube channel and upload your videos and share them with the world. Most recently, I had the privilege to go and see my son in indoor drumline competition, and so I would videotape the specific performance of my child and his school and share them with his coworkers. But we've also created book trailers. Now, this is like a video trailer that you might see at the release of a new movie. And it just is a quick way to show people what's in your book. So in my friend Jerry Wood's book, it's a Christmas coloring book called Cameron's Christmas Story. We share that pictures from the book along with a song she wrote to music and everything. As authors, you might also share readings. If you're a children's book author, this is an ideal format for you to share a video of you reading that book at a story time. Or you could do a sketch or a play, anything there. This platform called YouTube is ideal for you to do how-to instructional videos as well. So you could use this as your free giveaway or a bonus to reward readers who buy early or who pre-order your book before release date or who sign up at a special event. Make sense? It's all about the spin here. Okay, so as a quick review, the platforms and the reach, they best reach for each of these platforms. Blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you, it all can't be brilliance, folks. Facebook network will work the best for all adult fiction genres. Twitter is the perfect place to be if you have a young adult reach. LinkedIn is wonderful for you writing nonfiction books and looking to be industry leaders. Pinterest and Instagram are terrific for you if you're in the craft writing industry, how-to books, or if you're writing for a female audience in fiction. Google Plus is fantastic for you reaching out in the nonfiction genres and biography of movers and shakers. And finally, YouTube is great for everybody because you can create videos of you reading passages from your book. You can create a book trailer to get excitement about the launch that's upcoming, or you could create how-to videos that will help establish you as a trustworthy and credible leader in your field. All right, there's our quick tour, and I hope you'll join me in the next video in this series where I reveal a couple of nice ways for you to make life simpler and manage your social networks with the one ring to rule them all. See you soon.